alchemy.
Hey everybody, these past few weeks have been, or few months now, have been really difficult for a lot of us. I know, so I wanted to jump in and say hello to all of you. Let me make sure I turn the comments on so that I don't miss out on any of those. Um, it's been a minute since I've had an opportunity to really be with you guys in just sort of a casual way, and I wanted to do a virtual check-in with all of you because I know this shelter in place orders that most of us are operating under, that are living with right now, can lead to feelings of isolation if nobody checks in or gives us new ways to reconnect. So if you're watching, go ahead and drop a hello or what's up in the comments. Just say how you doing. Let me know that you're doing okay, and let's take these opportunities, through from this point forward, to just sort of connect with one another, not with any necessarily with any agenda or any purpose. We don't have to have a topic to talk about, just to be able to spend some time together. And I was thinking tonight, and I want to be really clear that on the heels of the horrific experience of being in the hospital myself and recovering from COVID-19, my youngest brother is now fighting the disease himself, and there is nothing about this coronavirus pandemic that's good. So I don't want to come off like one of those folks that are saying that there's a silver lining. I'm not doing this to try and stay positive. I'm really doing this to check in. There is nothing about the coronavirus pandemic that's good. There's no silver lining. And I'm not interested in the people that say that they're grateful for the pandemic because it gave them time to spend, time with their kids, or with their spouse, or it gave them time to go and plant rutabagas. I have no interest in the new age delusional ideas and what your aunt says about the virus talking to her in her dreams, or what your coffee table tells you that it thinks about Donald Trump or the next angelic ascension. Here's what I know, though. Even horrible experiences like this pandemic, and this is a brutal, horrible experience. Even shitty experiences like this can result in our being forced to learn and to grow. And that's a completely different thing from it being a good thing or being a good experience or being caught up in this toxic positivity or new age bullshit. See, just as the near-death experience of my battle in the hospital taught me the importance of slowing down, listening to my body when something is a little bit off and not letting it get so far down the road, although this really came on like a ton of bricks really quickly, there have been other lessons too that have come up during this period. Now, it's not the virus that made that happen. It's mindfulness. It's bringing ourselves kind of to the place where we can be available to notice, available to the stuff that's unfolding. And so I think we're learning as a society too. I mean, I don't know about you, and I would love to know if you think that this is true, but I think we're learning that social distancing can make us healthier even when this pandemic is over. Imagine what's going to happen when the next flu season comes and we're mindful because of this horrible experience that we don't need to be shaking hands. We don't need to be in as close a contact. And we may never have to be in as close a proximity in the professional world, in casual contact ever again. This may change the way that we do business. It may change the way that we conduct commerce. It might change the way that we associate with the general public. But it's only going to do that, I think, to the extent that we learn new ways to connect more deeply with one another in our closer circles. Ways that are becoming more apparent every day as we learn to use technology to check in on one another, and we grapple with communication skills when we're on lockdown and we're forced to be in close proximity with some folks that we might otherwise not have spent that much time with. We're learning new ways to be entertained, new ways to become better stewards of the world around us. And for me, at least, we're learning a new appreciation of those simple freedoms that we so often take for granted. So there's opportunities here for us to learn, for us to, kind of get a handle on what's going on. So that's why I encourage people to, keep a notebook or a journal. When you catch yourself missing that friend from work, jot it down. There might be a time when you want to sneak out during a meeting with them, or when you're faced with a choice of staying a few minutes late to help them out at work, or dash out the door because your shift is over and you just pretend not to notice that they're bogged down. There might come a time when you want to smack them in the middle of a board meeting, but you remember that you jotted down in your book that you really appreciated them, you really missed them. That might really help make a difference in some of our relationships if you keep a notebook like that. When your spouse or your partner does something that makes you smile, make a note of it, so that you remember that when they pee on the toilet seat accidentally, or they eat the last cupcake, or they'll forget to tell you that the coffee creamer is out. It sounds cliche, but although we really are in a situation where we're alone together, that's really the case. That's really what's going on. And so at a time when I would like nothing more than to be able to fly across the country and be by my brother's side when he's taken off the ventilator, be able to be there to make meals for him as he's recovering, or run errands or whatever. It's that community that you guys bring to me, that sense of wholeness and being alone together, that keeps me from losing my shit. So I want to thank you, and I hope that I can do the same thing and be the same, for you, that I can, help you when you need to know that you're not absolutely alone, that you're not doing this by yourself. We've got an event that's coming up in probably 2 weeks now, on the 10th of May, I believe it is. It's going to be on a Sunday that happens to be Mother's Day, and I realize now that it's Mother's Day after we planned it. But it's an event that you can actually get tickets for, and you can watch it on demand. You don't have to watch it live, but we would love for you to be there live. It's going to be from 1 p.m. until 6:30 at night Eastern time, and there are going to be 5 presenters, 5 workshops that we do during the course of the day, that those of you that are into the occult and in a magical way of living and thinking, I think are really going to love that. We're calling the event Witches on Lockdown. It's a cyber conference or a cyber retreat. You can get information at the web address that's there. And I would love for you guys to share that information. I would love for you guys to share this video, if you think it'll help somebody to really kind of realize that we're not alone, that we may be by ourselves, but that there are people out there that want to check in on you, that want to know that you're okay. There are people out there that are learning how to use technology to be able to jump on a video chat, or to use Facebook Messenger, audio chat, just to check in and say, how are you doing? How are things going for you? We can feel like we're isolated, or we can take this time to use it to really connect, to really, maybe even cultivate new, deeper relationships, deeper connections with people. There have been several people that I've connected with during the course of this lockdown that I might not have had a chance to talk with before, but I'm really grateful that I've had that chance to connect with those people now. And long after this pandemic is behind us, those relationships will continue. So to all of you, I want to say thank you. I want to encourage you, as we do all the time, to stay in the moment, to be grateful for what you've got. Even in the midst of this shit that's going on all around us, we can find something to really be grateful for, and hang on to that, because that gratitude for those things pulls you through those really crappy moments, like when the phone rings, or you find out that a family member is sick, or that a coworker has passed. Those things will help pull you through. And always remember, and I really do, that the best is yet to come. We'll talk to you guys soon. Take care.